This is exactly what I've been waiting for. This is exactly, I don't mean to sound like Cat Williams, but this is exactly what I've been waiting for. What more do you want from me?
Alright, first and foremost, I didn't have time to let my hair dry. I don't want to hear a single comment about it. Next off, for those of you who actually subbed to me, yes, I shaved. Nobody cares. I don't know what type of clickbait I used to make you guys click on this video. But today I'm going to tell you guys the story of my, like I said, I don't know what type of clickbait I used, but it was pretty much a 5-year overdue library book. So, the library book that I had overdue was How to Fold Your Own Origami Army, which I will show the picture here if I can find it. And, yeah, that's been overdue for like a long time. Those of you who knew me in middle school and elementary, you know that I had that book overdue. It was technically overdue for 4 years, not 5, but let me digress. First and foremost, I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of background on myself and, you know, my kind of relationship towards reading. Now, something you might know about me if you went to middle school with me is that I was kind of deathly scared of going to the library. And the only reason was because I thought they were going to find out that I didn't have the book, or that I lost the book, and they were going to be like, hey kid, you better give us that book before we shove you in a locker or something. I don't know what I thought as a kid, but I was like really scared to go to the library because I knew I didn't have the book, so I just never went. Because once a week, we were allowed to go to the library and like rent out any books we wanted to. And every time I went, I think I just stood in the corner or something. I forgot what I did, but I didn't get books, obviously. So, you know, yeah, that's that. Now, I'm gonna explain to you the other things. Once again, like I said, when I filmed this video 3 times, if you couldn't tell. I'm trying to get this right. Yeah, so when I was younger, I didn't like reading at all. I was that kid in the corner playing on my DS Lite with the same game for the past 10 years. No, it wasn't Nintendogs like all you privileged people. I had the same Phineas and Ferb game, and I played it for 4 years until my DS Lite screen broke. I'll be making a video about that in the future as well. Yeah, anyways, so the book was overdue. I was very scared because I'm like, what's gonna happen if they found out I don't have the book? I'm like, what are they gonna do to me? Are they gonna murder me or something?
Slow down there, buckaroo.
Like I said, I don't know what my little version of me was thinking, but yeah, I was very scared of it. So I lost the book on the ending of my 5th grade year. And for those of you who don't live in America, because I know, you know, some of my viewers are from, you know, United Kingdom and Canada, welcome, you're very cool.
This is exactly what I've been waiting for.
Yeah, anyways, 5th grade is your 5th year of school. I don't know what I can tell you. All right, it's your 5th year of schooling. Pretty sure it's like before secondary school, but I don't know. Hey, I'll maybe do something editing. Anyways, I lost it on the ending of my 5th grade year, right? So on the summer that I was supposed to go to 6th grade, I was very scared. So I'm a car renter, real quick, right? I left the book on this little bench in the car renter line. So when I left, I accidentally left it on the bench. So the next day, which was the next day, I came back, which would have been a Saturday, and I checked for the book on the bench, and it wasn't there. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to die.
I'm going to die now. I'm going to totally die now.
I was very scared of it because I didn't know what I was going to do. But then, you know, quickly, like a couple months later, I was just like, you know what? I guess we just lost the book and we're never going to worry about it. But then, in middle school, they started giving out these little, like, they were like these little, you know how fortune cookie papers are like these little, really thin, like skinny sheets of paper? They basically gave us little things like that, telling you which books you had overdue. And every single week, I would get the same paper with the book on it. I'm like, oh my God, they're going to find me. And mostly because they already had, like, they had it in the system. Like, I wasn't going to outrun it. But then, you know, I thought I did, because in 8th grade, they stopped giving me these little papers. So I'm like, oh, sweet, I'm safe. But then when I went into 9th grade, which is, you know, beginning of secondary school, I'm pretty sure, or high school, blah, blah, blah. When I went to 9th grade, they started giving me the same paper. And I'm like, oh my God, they're following me. Because one thing you gotta know, I went to 2 different, no, technically I didn't. I went to 2 different elementary schools, primary school, blah, blah, blah. I don't know, I'm trying to sync this all up. What? 1 middle school, and then 1 high school, which I'm currently in, and I will not expose, so I will not be found. Yeah, I went to all those. So the fact that it followed me through 2 different schools, I was like, oh my Jeebus, I am going to die. So eventually, I mustered up courage when I was in 9th grade, and when I actually started making up a little bit of money from doing, you know, quote-unquote side projects, let's call them. They weren't illegal, they were just side projects, okay? Like, yeah, side projects. I'll let your brain decide what my side projects were, along my side cheeks. Anyways, yeah, so, anyways, I had enough money, because the book, I think it was like $20 or something, like, which is so dumb because it was like this little flimsy, barely hardcover book with like 20 pages or something on how to fold your origami army. I'm pretty sure I said the name. If I didn't, while editing, put a picture. Yeah, so I bought that, and apparently, well, I didn't buy it, I rented it, and so the book was apparently $20 freaking, which I think it only costed $20. Yes, I'm good in English. I think it only cost $20 because I hadn't turned it in for like all the previous years. But if I hadn't, why is that book so expensive? There's no need for that book to be so dang expensive.
That stuff doesn't grow on... Wait, it does! So why is it so damn expensive?
Like, it should have been like, what, $5 at the most? Like, you know, barely any people are gonna get that. Because me as a kid, I didn't like reading about freaking science, history, blah, blah, blah. I'm over here, I only bought 2 kinds of books, or... I keep wanting to say rented. I haven't been to a library in like years, so yeah. You know when you take the book out and you have to return it? That's what I did. I did that very rarely, and the books I got were either art books or origami books, because that's the only thing I found interesting. So, you know, once I used the book, I folded a couple of, you know, spicy planes. I did origami tag. Pretty cool. I'll probably show a picture of it once again. Yeah, anyways, yeah, it was pretty cool. So, you know, when I lost the book, number one, I was sad, because I'm like, how am I gonna fold the rest of my army, man? Like, bro, I only got like 2 planes, help. So, yeah. And also, other than that, I was like, crap, you gotta return it or pay for it. And like I said, I didn't have money. I didn't want to tell my parents because I didn't want them to be like, you irresponsible son of a... I'm very animated, as you can tell. So, yeah, when I was in 9th grade, when I finally started making my own money, I brought the $20 bill to school because I knew I had to pay it off, and I was extremely nervous. Now, most people would probably be like, all right, just gonna pay off my book. Here you go, peace. But I'm like... Boy, if you don't get... So I went to like the front desk in my high school library, and I'm like, I'm here to pay off a book. And I kid you not, this was the exact line the librarian gave to me. He's like, oh, you're paying it off yourself? How responsible. And I'm like, yep, responsible 4 years later, yep.
You know, I'm something of
model citizen
myself.
But yep, that's me, good old responsible me. So, yeah, and then she's like, tap, 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 and she's like, wait a minute, you don't have it on your record anymore. And I'm like, what? Freaking zoinks sound effect? I'm like, what? So then she's like, so we're doing this thing, right, where we're basically erasing all the overdue books because it's scaring children because of graduation. I kid you not, that's the exact line she said to me. And I'm like, first off, hex yes, I suffered no consequences for not turning in a book, and secondly, you know, I get to graduate, and most importantly, I get to keep my $20. Like, bruh, like, epic.
Epic victory royale.
Because back when I was 14, around there, I still bought things like toys and stuff. So best believe, next time I went to Walmart, I bought myself an extra spicy Nerf gun, which I still have, by the way. This was the gun. And it's pretty epic. I lost all the bullets though, because for some reason, bullets just love breaking. It's already cocked, so that was awkward. Yeah, bullets love breaking, so I have no bullets left. But, you know, I can still scare people by being like, you know, I don't know if that broke your ears, rip headphones users. But anyway, so that's technically the story of my 4 to technically 5-year-old library book that was overdue. Like I said, I started off as someone who was really scared because, you know, I was like, what am I gonna do if they find that I don't have the book? Are they gonna sue me? Are they gonna shoot me? Are they gonna freaking take away my Legos, worst of all? So I didn't really know. So when I went to do that, and I'm like, it's off my obligations, I'm like, freaking epic. And, you know, I really thought about this story because my teachers recently emailed me to check my obligations, and I'm like, oh, why? And I thought it was because of my JROTC uniform, because I've had the same uniform since I was in 9th grade, and I forgot to turn it in. And apparently that's not on my obligations list, so I pretty much just got a free $200 uniform, which, how the freak is that uniform $200? It's only a gray shirt, blue pants, it didn't fit, by the way, and black shoes.
So why is it so damn expensive?
It should not cost $200, like, the freak... Why? Why are you so expensive? Stop it. So I thought about it because of that, and the most recent thing I had on my obligations was I had to pay off my ID, which I will only show you because I want to show you how bad the photo was. So yeah, anyways, I had to pay off an ID, it's $5. I went to school for ACT testing because, you know, everyone has to do it for college and stuff like that. I probably failed, but anyways, so I paid it off. So did my friend. My other friend owes like 6 IDs, but he hasn't paid off a single one, so I don't know how he's gonna graduate. Anyways, yeah, so that's how I came up with the story. Hopefully you guys semi-enjoyed it, at least with all my cringeness.
Cringe.
And I just realized you can see my wonderful Doge in the background. Max. Look at that boyo. So, yeah, anyways, that's the end of the video. More videos will be coming eventually soon. The reason I didn't make one pretty much this entire week is because it's spring break, alright? As much as, you know, I love making videos, I also love relaxing even more. So, yeah, I was relaxing with that Doge doing fantabulous things. I keep cringing at myself on how bad this corner looks. But yeah, anyways, so did a bunch of fun stuff over the spring break. And when I say fun stuff, I don't mean going to Disneyland or something. I mean sleeping more than 4 hours. Because, you know, you don't know how much you need sleep until you have it. So yeah, that's the end of this video. More videos will be coming soon. Probably either about how I was a vendor in high school, or like I said, another video about my DS. Anyways, that's the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed, and peace.